Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. I just kind of want to rant about this Nanrobot. I had brought something up about it in a previous video and just really wanted to go into a little bit of in-depth of a detail of what's going on, what has been going on. Okay, for starters, find my phone here. This has been broke down. Let's see here. Since Wednesday, April 2nd of 2025. Last time I talked to Nanrobot was Friday, September 5th of this year, 2025. So, with that being said, I want to kind of go over what all has been changed, what all's been done, yada yada. To me, this is absolutely unacceptable. I understand stuff's going to break. Something sooner or later is going to happen. I get that. It's completely understandable to an extent. But for it to go this far, for this long, to me is just absolutely unacceptable. So, get into a little in-depth here. So, what had happened was, I was riding with my daughter and just cruising down the road. I don't know, probably doing about 20 miles an hour. That's pretty average, say 18, 20, maybe a little faster. And the rear motor had started acting stupid. And what I mean by that is, it was like I was constantly hitting the rear brake lever, like to activate the regen. Well, I was not. But then it quit for about 30 to 45 seconds. I thought, oh no, this is not good. So I was trying to get it back home. So I tried driving it easy. I did romp into it for a little bit before. But the point is, I don't understand what exactly happened, but here is the list, or however you want to say it. This is how everything went down. So, I was riding back home. It was about a mile one way from where my daughter was riding. My daughter and I was riding, and like I told you about the rear motor acting funny, all of a sudden the rear motor had locked up, and yeah, I don't know what caused it, but the rear motor locked up and the entire scooter just shut off. So, with that being said, I tried powering the scooter back on. There was nothing, and I mean absolutely nothing. I had roughly about 2 point some odd miles on the trip. So, I had just charged this battery, the one that's in it now. Original one. So, as you see, I got two sets of controllers laying here and some wiring, whatnot. I'll explain that. So I started talking to Nanrobot about it, which they have some of the worst customer service I've ever dealt with in my life. If you hear back from them, it'll be between midnight to 5 a.m. I live here in Indiana. I'm not sure what the time zone is. But anyway, that's usually when I would hear back from them, which normally I'm asleep. I go to work at 5, so I get up at 3:30, 4, start messaging them and doing pictures and videos. And it's one thing, I understand they want proof, but for the way that they nitpick on everything, it gets way out of hand. So, let me get back on track. So when I got the scooter home, I obviously took the deck lid off and wanted to see if anything was burnt, whatnot. So once I contacted Nanrobot, they wanted pictures of all the inside that you see here. Okay, fine. That's great. some odd time later, finally got a response. So between April and September, I have managed to get these two controllers, which those are the old ones. Then this box here is for the ambient lights or whatever you want to call it. These two controllers are the new ones. They did send me new wiring harness, which I had. Everybody knows that is a absolute pain that has ever dealt with these. As far as changing the wire harnesses, doing the when you change the front and rear rotors, which I have not done yet, it's not fun. We'll just say that. And as you see here, rear motor. Then down there in the floor, all that is new lighting for here, or the RGB lights, which those are okay. They're fine now. Didn't have to change those. But anyway, the first thing got sent to me was this little box here, which what I was told was for what I know was only for the RBG. So that got changed out. Didn't do anything as far as being able to turn the scooter on. So that was very upsetting. Didn't get anything as far as parts. There were several weeks of back and forth, text and email, whatever you want to call it. I've kept everything. As far as texting, it was all done through WhatsApp. So weeks, if not months, of trying to get parts. Anyway, finally did. So September 5th is when I sent the very last video of showing them what it's doing. So right now, everything works. The scooter will turn on, but it will not come out of park. So they're saying that it's the brake sensors. Okay. I did try to explain to them that I had spare brake sensors. I installed them. Still didn't do anything. Like I said, guys, I understand that stuff's gonna break. I get it. I really do. About every PEV I've ever had, sooner or later, something goes wrong. But for it to take this long to try to fix, why not just replace it? Why not try to make your company or your product look better as far as reviewer-wise, or just a general customer? This scooter I was using for driving back and forth to work. So basically, daily vehicle. So that got shot to absolute hell. I'm very upset about it. I'm very upset about how they nitpick and whatnot on with their customer service. With all that aside, I know it's going to be another, God knows, and I'll just skip that part. Anyway, if they do what they say, they said they're going to send me brake sensors. If those don't work, they're supposed to replace the entire scooter. Highly doubt it, but if so, great. But damn it, it shouldn't have took 5 freaking months. Anyway, I'm starting to get a little worked up here. Just talking about it and looking at this thing just aggravates me to no end. Honestly, I loved the scooter. I really did. I thought it was a blast. I have to say I was forewarned not to get a Nanrobot. I was forewarned, but you know what? I thought I'd give him the benefit of the doubt. Give him a shot. So, with all else aside, do I think that Nanrobot could be a good scooter manufacturer? Absolutely. If they would put forth a little bit of extra effort and money, use good electronics, and just put some pride into their product, I believe they would be great. I really do. I did talk to them about the new N6. They finally are getting switched over to the Quick Connect 4, like right here. They have gone to the Quick Connect on the motor wires. That way, it's not a pain in the ass to remove the brake rotors. There we go. If they do that, great. To be honest with you, if they're going to do that, why not do it to this? I do have an email saying that they have no plans of upgrading the LS7 Plus above what it is now. Right there tells me that they don't care. I don't know, that may just be me, but my opinion, if you're going to put this, if you're going to spend a lot of money on advertisements and stuff, why not put forth a little bit more money and effort into your product to make it reliable? I just wanted to make this video to kind of give you a general idea of what I'm going through, because I had said something in a previous video. And if you're wondering why the rear motor isn't attached, I'm not going through that work just to have it either A, sent back, or for it to not work at all. So until I get new brake sensors, here's what it looks like. Here's what it has looked like for quite some time now. From what I have seen on Facebook pages per se, a lot of people are going through this issue with Nanrobot, mainly the LS7. So while I was emailing them back and forth last week about their upcoming scooters, if you know there is a problem, why not fix it? I just don't understand it. I really do not. Anyway, I want to cut this video off here. I will make an update as soon as I get the brake sensors in, but I'll go ahead and show you that right now. Let's see here. I know I can't pull both levers at the same time, but as you can see, yeah, it does not come out apart with just one. I don't know if the voltage is right or not, setting it bouncing between 83.4, 83.5. Once I did get it turned on, I did have the lights on for a while, you know, just trying to bring that battery voltage down. I would say it's going to be screwed. It'll be done. Because like I said, I had at most 2.5 miles on it, on a full charge battery, when it died on me. So if the brakes, let's say the brake sensors do work and I can get it out of park, I know that battery's going to be junk, and I know they're not going to stand behind it. It is what it is. I just want to put this out there. If you are thinking about getting a Nanrobot LS7, I'm not going to say anything about their other scooters. I do not know. I do not have one. I've heard some stuff, but you know what? That's he said, she said. Maybe they did get, like the N6 and stuff that I've been looking at, their issues fixed. Why not work on this? Get the issues and the wiring problems fixed on this. I don't know. I'm just more or less ranting to myself right now, and anybody who watches this video. But I wanted to put this out there that if you're thinking about getting one of these LS7s, I really wouldn't consider it right now unless this is what you want to end up with. And Nanrobot, if you see this video, maybe it will help you guys decide to put a little bit of more time, effort, and ingenuity into your product and stand behind it. It's very frustrating. Just like with the brake rotors I was talking about earlier. This is stupid. It really is. When you have this wire here, runs through and goes into your motor, that you have to go through all this glob of stuff. Matter of fact, it would be this plug right here is what you would have to disconnect, pull all the wiring out of this pigtail, feed it all through the scooter. That's bullshit. It just is. Pardon my language, but come on. You're telling me that they couldn't have put the brake rotor, at minimum, put the brake rotor on the other side to keep from doing that? And you have to do that on the front and rear. I don't know. I'm just ranting at this point. It's very frustrating. I mess with a lot of PEVs. I work on them also. It's very freaking frustrating. Anyway, I'm finally gonna shut my mouth about this one. Like I was saying in another video, I do have some e-bikes and stuff. If you guys would like some content on it, as far as riding footage and what I do with them, feel free to make comments, questions, concerns, whatever. But anyway, have a good one. God bless, and thank you for watching.